Well, it's June 2025, and some people are having a really uncomfortable time with the housing market. It's very confusing. And if you're a seller wondering where the buyers went, or a buyer hoping prices will keep dropping, this is your reality check. This market is shifting in many ways that a lot of people did not expect. And we're here to help you avoid costly mistakes. And we're going to show you in this video some very costly mistakes by some home buyers that didn't use us or a knowledgeable, experienced realtor represent them. They didn't listen to experienced guidance. So why are buyers being so careful right now? Many people saw family and friends buy a lot in 2021 and 2022, right before the interest rates went up. They paid top dollar. They bid over asking price. They waived inspections. They waived appraisals. And now, if they have to sell that home, or even if they flipped to speculate and think they were going to make a quick buck, they are stuck with that house. Some of those homes are worth less than they paid for those homes. And that we call is catching a falling knife. They were the last ones to catch that home, which ended up being overpriced, and now they can't sell that home. Here in the East Valley and other areas like Maricopa County, Coolidge, on the outskirts, Santan Valley, a lot of outskirt areas where there's a lot of building is where you'll see it the most. And the reason why that area is so impacted is because the builders can give big incentives right now. They can supply lower interest rates with their lender, is essentially bringing down the price. Common resale seller cannot do the same thing. And they're trying to get as much as they can, especially if they bought in just the last few years. But buyers aren't just shopping anymore. They're calculating. They're calculating risk. They're calculating costs. They're calculating higher taxes, higher homeowners insurance. And these higher inventory levels are really, really hitting those values hard. It's not that home buyers don't want to buy. They do. But their income didn't go up 40% like the property values in just the last few years. Now we're going to show you a lot of these properties that home buyers purchased, they overpaid for, and that they are now dropping in value. But here's a warning to sellers also. Sellers, this is where you need to lean in. The days of just putting a sign in the yard and getting 10 competing bidders to offer on your house are long gone for now. And maybe for the next couple of years. Buyers are being super selective. And those homes that aren't priced right are just sitting on the market. And here's the truth. Some areas and communities are hit harder than others. And like I said, we'll show you those areas. But if you need to sell, don't waste time. You need to get that property on the market. Don't wait till the market proves you wrong. Don't speculate that maybe the market isn't soft. It is. And the longer you wait to price realistically, the more it will impact your return on your investment and the more money you'll leave on the table. However, don't miss this one thing, home buyers. There is opportunity if you do your research and do not wait too long thinking there'll be a big crash. Prices are easing, it's true. But here's what you need to understand. Prices don't fall forever. They never have. Prices always find a bottom. And when they do, they rebound. We've seen this over and over. Mark and I have done real estate consulting for over 30 years. For over 25 of those years, I was an appraiser. So I was appraising property even before the savings and loan debacle. I appraised before and after the Great Recession. If you're waiting for the perfect deal, you may just miss this window of opportunity. So this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to be assuming that prices will keep going down further when you can see proof that it's turning around. Now, like I said, in the past, in the Great Recession, that took 1 to 2 years. In the savings and loan debacle, that took time too. These things take time, and this is where we are now in the beginning of the price correction. And smart buyers are preparing now. They're getting pre-approved with their lender. They're learning areas. They're watching videos like this one, and they're watching values, not just prices. They're watching values. They're watching what's going on and if they're leveling off or if they are still dropping. However, we're going to show you right now some examples of homebuyers that caught a falling knife, meaning they overpaid for that home. Some of them were speculators, some of them flippers wanting a quick buck, but some just bought a house and trusted an agent that said prices are always going up, which they never do. They go up and down while they're going up over time, over years, over decades. So if you think at all that you may need to leave for a relocation, or if you're pushing it, your leverage, then it might not be the best idea to buy. You should never buy at the peak without a cushion. If they'd used a local expert like the Mark and Mel team who knew that the shift was coming and talking about that, we could have helped them negotiate better terms and advise them of what to watch for. So here's all these falling knives out there. Here's falling knife number one. You can see this home seller purchased 2022, made a good profit, sold it for $349,900 in May of 2022. Keep reducing the price and it doesn't sell, so they keep reducing it. Now it's listed for less than the purchase price they bought it at. This actually was originally a HUD sale back in 2012, which is when a lot of people got great deals on foreclosure homes. They've had it since 2022 and they went to sell it for $426,000. They sold it for $426,000 in August of 2022, which was the peak of the market. And now that home trying to be sold, and it is already down below the 426,000 to 399,990. Still hasn't sold. That's in Phoenix. This one is in Casa Grande. It is a property that was new, sold from D.R. Horton in July of 2022 at the peak, and it sold for $435,000, and now it is listed for $373,000 and still not selling. Now this one, it sold in 2022 in February, so before the peak, but $575,000. It's now listed for sale at $519,900. And you can see that the Zillow shows that it was reduced over the last couple months and still no sale. Here's one sold by D.R. Horton in June of 2022, sold at $405,975. It is now listed in June of 2025, 3 years later, and it is priced below the $405,000 they purchased. It's priced at $384,900, and it still has not sold. In fact, Zillow does show quite a bit of a consistent decline since the original purchase price of this particular property. So you'd want to watch out in those kind of neighborhoods. And yes, while we do see a softening, I'm not saying there's 20, 30, 40% drops coming. If you think and assume that, you may miss the opportunity of getting in of this market as start going up the other side. Because like we said, it always turns around. It has historically. And the problem is you don't want to just listen to the doom and gloomers because you'll get stuck there. You could get stuck in missing an opportunity and a window to buy a good priced home that somebody just wants to get rid of. And if you are just listening to somebody like in an investor group or loan officer or even a realtor group that says prices always go up, well, that's pie in the sky too, and that's too much. So you don't want to just be stuck in these groups. Educate yourself, listen to a variety of information out there. But when you're working with a realtor, you want them to show you what distressed sales are in that market, what has been happening, what's the market times in that market I want to buy. and show me the days on the market and the past history of this home that we're looking at. Has it been on the market a long time and then just taken off the market, but it didn't sell for a long time? This is what we do for our clients, and this is why we don't have home buyers with regrets. iBuyers got out of the game. They're becoming net sellers right now. But this is a great opportunity for just the home buyer out there. As prices soften, you want to be there at the bottom so that you can get a good deal. In a new build where the builder is paying down the mortgage rate and you're getting a 4% mortgage, it makes sense that you could get a good deal. You go with a realtor that is going to look at all the data and show you what's going on. Look at your circumstance. This is what we do. We've done it for over 30 years in all kinds of market shifts. And like I said, I've appraised homes in the worst of the markets. So I know exactly what to look for. And I've seen a lot of people that were speculators that lost a lot of money. Now is the time to be more cautious when you're buying a property. You have to have a good agent. We have vetted agents around the nation. So if you're somebody who wants to learn more about the market and not miss out on an opportunity, but then also doesn't want to catch a falling knife, then you want to follow our channel, subscribe. We love bringing this to you, and thank you so much. We love all our new subscribers. We're going to keep doing it. This is Mel with the Mark and Mel Team, eXp Realty, with over 30 years of excellence through experience. We'll see you next time.